Got a problem with someone? Talk to them directly. What's happening? It's Erik J. Olson. I was recently going through our employee policies. We had a pretty big update where we added a bunch of stuff. We removed a few things, tweaked a few other things. And one of the things that kind of jumped out at me about the employee policies, it was a line that was in there. It was basically like about transparency. And the part that really caught my attention was where the employee policies, and this is something I wrote a long time ago, and we've been tweaking over the years, but it basically says in all things that we do here at Array Digital and at Rival Digital now, our two companies, we want transparency. And that even goes down to the process that we want people to use, our employees to use when there's some sort of conflict. When one person's got an issue with another one, what we wrote in there is we encourage you to talk to that person directly. Now, I bring this up because every once in a while, someone in the company will come to me and they'll be like, hey, can you tell this person something? And sometimes it makes sense for me to either reinforce what the person has already said or, course correct or to set expectations. But I'm not going to get involved in, like people just not wanting to talk to one another. If you can't talk to another person on your team, then there's a bigger issue. And the solution is not for me to play intermediary or for Katya, who's our human resources, to play intermediary. The solution is for those two people to at least, at a minimum, attempt to figure it out themselves. So I encourage our employees when this happens to do exactly that. If you've got a problem with the person and you can't speak with them right now for some reason, reach out to them and see if you can figure it out. If you can't, take it to human resources, take it to Katya, and she can broker some sort of a peace agreement. But I'm not going to play intermediary, and I don't want you to play intermediary by, taking a message from one person and giving to the other, and then they ask you a question and you don't know the answer because it wasn't your message to begin with. So you take it back to the original person, and now you're stuck in the middle, right? And what happens when you inevitably get something wrong in translation back or forth? You don't want to be in that position. I don't want to be in that position. So just refuse to do it, right? So like when someone does come to me and they have an issue or whatever, they want me to say a message to the team, I weigh that very heavily. I really want the person to do it themselves, and there needs to be a pretty good reason why I get involved. And just by the fact that I'm the CEO here, me getting involved seems to sometimes get people to move a little bit quicker. I get it. Positional authority, I understand where that comes from, but I can't just do things because people ask me to, or they don't want to ask themselves. We need to always make sure that our employees are clear that they are empowered to speak with others in the company. And we encourage that by telling them, just tell them they need to go talk to the other person. Hey there, it's Erik J. Olson. I wanted to let you know about my book, $1 Million Journey, How to Launch a 7-Figure Business. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing a $1 million business. It took me 8 years, and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways, 5 to 15 takeaways that you can apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1 Million Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.